Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland Reviewer, and I'm here to review the new Disney Plus documentary, Howard. And this is about Howard Ashman, the lyricist of Rocky Horror Picture Show, of The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin. And it's really interesting because I always just knew Alan Menken. And I knew he made the music, not really realizing that he didn't write the lyrics. Or honestly, he wasn't the biggest creative part of this. This Howard Ashman man was someone who was a much bigger influence on my childhood than I thought. And this documentary, from a technical standpoint, for at least the first half of it, feels like a very honestly, probably like the first third of it feels very much like a by the numbers kind of A&E kind of documentary of like, and so Howard was born here, and it just felt a little contrived and a little boring. But then I feel like his story snaps, and once they start incorporating him, because there's parts where they start really talking to him and interviewing him, and it was really once did I say Rocky Horror earlier? Oh no. Little Shop of Horrors. Meant Little Shop of Horrors if I didn't say that earlier. But Little Shop of Horrors, he wrote this. And once they started talking to him about his creative process and really getting to know him from him, I felt like this documentary got a lot more life. And I was hooked from there. And it's a powerful story because like this is a man who is very openly gay in his own life. And like the people around him knew. I don't think enough people from a big scale knew him enough to realize like into his personal life, but talking about his tumultuous early relationship and then finding the man that he truly loved and lived with the rest of his life, but really getting to see behind his inner workings and his art. And what he created was really special. And I love the little scenes where it's like you see them recording the vocals for Little Mermaid, especially Beauty and the Beast. That was great. Get to see Angela Lansbury and Jerry Orbach singing Be Our Guest. And it was great. I absolutely loved it. And this film hit hard towards the end, very emotionally, because Howard Ashman died of AIDS. And he was very young. And seeing the toll that it took and realizing how big of a moment in time this was, because it's like he was somebody who brought so much life to Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin. He was the big centerpiece for this creatively, and being ripped away so young away from that when he was at the top of the world, winning his Oscars, and Disney basically was just like, he's our guy. And the struggles of him coming out to people and saying that and worrying about being fired, and like there's a lot of emotions that gets delivered at the end of this film that just feels like, wow, I never realized how much this person had a big impact on things. And I'm so glad I got to watch this documentary because he did. And if you have Disney Plus, go check out Howard, especially if you're somebody who grew up in the 90s and grew up on Aladdin and grew up on Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorite animated films of all time. And realizing this is the man that brought life to those songs, and there might be a deeper meaning to some of them. This talks about the mob song, and really thinking about the layers that it actually adds, like, holy crap, in the context of his own life and his own anger. And it might take a little bit to get started, but Howard is a really powerful and emotional documentary. You go, Disney. But those are my thoughts on Howard. Let me know what you think and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland Reviewer.